talk show is we in the Laws of Life talk show are creating a collective fire of positive energy. That's what the root purpose of the show is to build positive energy, share our laws of life, engage in intellectual, philosophical dialogue about our laws of life, educate ourselves through our incredible guest of honor tonight, Dr. Dee Baer, who is a longtime friend and also my personal wellness coach that's helping me get to my next goals. So before we get into the nitty gritty, I just want to welcome Dr. Dee Baer to the Laws of Life. Dr. Dee, you want to just give a brief intro, and we'll get to your interview in about 5 to 7 minutes, but just tell everybody a little bit about you.
Well, Blanca, I will say that I'm known as America's top foundational health coach, but actually, they're now saying that I'm the world's health coach. I guess because this last year I've been everywhere. I've gone to 10 countries to share my message in this last year and a half. I'm honored to say that I'm also recently I've been awarded an award of being an ambassador of peace for the UN. I have been an honorary meritorious honor of being the Princess of Nigeria. I'm a Lifetime Presidential Achievement Award winner and recipient in 2021, and most recently this last year received from President Trump the humanitarian award in health and achievement in what I've done. And this is after I retired, y'all. You just never know. The only thing I don't do well is retire. In my 4 decades of being a health coach, I went ahead and had the opportunity and honor to get 35,000 client patients to lose over 1.1 million pounds of toxic fat lost with only a 5% recidivism rate. And I'm now saying that I'm Grandma Dr. Jody because of many of these babies for these childless couples that they didn't think they could have children. 1,876 babies were born because of my natural holistic treatments in my clinic when I was a practicing naturopathic physician. And that just means the world to me because I know I've headed this out now. In retirement, the awards have been great. I went ahead and I started a company called Healthopedia, where I am now a 77-time best-selling author and publisher. And we've had Healthopedia, award-winning off the charts, The Essence of a Woman, and now we have Real Men Are Aware, Awakening the Conscious Male, a men's health book. It's launching September 4th over Labor Day. And that's just what I've been up to lately.
Well, this is absolutely an honor to have you on our show. Royalty, ambassador, UN, best-selling author, and you also just have such a beautiful heart, always wanting to help everyone, including me. And
Yes, yes.
I am excited for us to learn how we can become a rock star at wellness. I want to also welcome Livy025 and Dr. Sherry, the best dentist in Hollywood, and of course, Esmeralda. Welcome everybody to the show. We're going to interview Dr. Dee Baer in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, we're just going to make a few announcements. Well, this month on Instagram, The Laws of Life got over 1.2 million views on our content. The Laws of Life podcast YouTube channel got 200,000 views on our interview with Charleston White last week. We got 2,000 YouTube subscribers inside 1 week, and the Laws of Life podcast has officially monetized. So, in order to monetize on YouTube, you need 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So, it is possible. We've been doing this for 7 years, and it is a long journey, but the law of life for tonight is even when there's darkness, there's always a door. So just remember that. Remember this room and a space for you to come in and talk about your law of life. Stay positive, bounce your visions off, and just remember at your darkest point, a door will open. So stay positive. Stay positive. That's what this show is about. And use this platform as a gateway to invite others into the show. And another really cool thing you can do is when you see an interesting story on TikTok or you see an interesting person on Instagram, invite them, send them an invitation to the Laws of Life talk show. And remember, I'm also, in addition to being the president of the Laws of Life, I'm also an attorney licensed in Florida with 75 co-counsel in the state of Florida, here to help you with any type of matter, litigation, personal injury, business, real estate. We also have 3,000 attorneys across the world. So if you have a legal matter that you need support with, you can contact me 7 days a week. You can drop me a message on my personal cell phone. Also, remember the show rules. We do not use profanity. We don't get into religion. We don't get into politics. This is a love only room because we don't want to polarize each other. We want to unify, we want to connect, we want to build a fire of connection. So after we interview Dr. Jody, everyone will have an opportunity to introduce themselves. I also want to thank all of our sponsors. Christine Zalazo is our realtor of the group. If anyone here is looking to buy or sell real estate, whether it's residential or commercial, feel free to let me know and I can make a personal introduction to Christine. I also want to thank our sponsor, Mark Siegel with QPT CBD. Our sponsors help make the show possible, and so excited for you guys to be here. Also, on May 12th, we will be back in the Laws of Life studio, which is only 3 blocks from the Hard Rock. We also have our Laws of Life educational courses. And one of our teachers, Kyle Savage, just popped into the Zoom room. So, Kyle, do you want to introduce yourself as one of our esteemed Laws of Life professors on public speaking? Good
Yes.
word tonight. What's your law of life?
What is up, laws of life, fam? What is up? Can you hear me? Is my mic on?
We can hear you, darling.
Okay. I have a couple of minutes. I just wanted to pop in and show love. Dr. Joe, it is
Love.
so nice to meet you. So
Yes.
nice to meet you. I hope that we can connect more. Blanca, always love you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kyle Savage. I am Blanca's event planner and event designer for the Laws of Life, and I'm also a public speaker, keynote speaker, and public speaking coach. So I'm really, really excited about this partnership that I have with the Laws of Life Network for the laws of public speaking. And I will tell you that the best gift that we have as human beings is the ability of our spoken word. It is what separates us from every other living being on the planet. Being able to articulate your voice and your value to this world is one of the most important assets that you can learn and master. So my law of life for today, I just got off a call with a new client, is collaboration is the new currency. Collaboration is the new currency because we can do more together than we can do apart. So I do have to run. I just wanted to pop in, always show love for Blanca and my Laws of Life family. I will drop my Instagram in the chat. Dr. Joe, feel free to send me a message. I'd love to connect with you. Sending love to you all and wishing you guys a great show today. Mwah. Love you, Blanca.
Thank Kyle. Love you so much. And yes, so you can also join Kyle's class. You can also join Macarena's class on the laws of publishing. You can go to lawsoflife.shop to learn more. And our guest of honor tonight, Dr. Jody Baer, will also be teaching more on the art of wellness and health on our platform and, of course, in tonight's show. So let's get right to it. Dr. Jody, as you saw on my TikTok, and as you know from our personal dialogues, we all want to improve our wellness and our health. So, what is the first step to opening the door to our wellness journey, Dr. Bear?
Well, Blanca, the first step, and I just want to say you can go to drjodee.com. All of this is written on a blog. It's called 10 Rituals to Rock Your Day. I'm going to steal that wellness rock star though. That is just amazing. But number one is lemon water. lemon water by your bedside. Go ahead, lemon and water, two ingredients by your bedside will go from an acidic drink to making your body alkaline when you wake up in the morning. That's number one.
Wow. That so what so just by so does the water have to be hot? Does it have to be cold? Does it
Well, it's
matter?
good. It no, it matters not. It's just by that it's by your bedside because you wake up acidic, and this will get your body instantly alkaline. And I would just say make sure that you put a lid on it if you have pets, or else you will have no lemon water in the morning and your pet will be alkaline.
All right, so we got to get our lemon water in. I just got a bag of lemons today at Publix, so we are good to go with the lemon water. What's the next step? We take our lemon water. What do we do next? Like, we're feeling sluggish, we're feeling tired. How do we wake ourselves up? How do we do this, doctor?
Okay, we wake up, and frankly, that is a really good thing. If you feel sluggish in the morning, that's a tap on the shoulder to reevaluate your sleep and what's really going on. All right. My go-to is wheatgrass. And that is wheatgrass. You want to get, and it's very important, just like Mark has the best CBD on planet Earth. Make sure, though, that you check your supplements because they're not all the same. And just when I think I've got a good supplement, I will know immediately it's changed the formulation. There's the one that I've used as a prebiotic, probiotic now for a year. I know that they changed the formula because it's not working as well. This is the brand of wheatgrass to get. It's called Sproutman. Sproutman, Sproutman. Take wheatgrass. I pop three in the morning, first thing after my lemon water, and two moringa tablets. And that will increase my alkalinity, which will be your wake up, even before coffee.
So you're telling me that the moringa is going to help a lot too? All right.
Yes, yes. And
Now,
it,
do
and
you
it
care where we buy this stuff, the Sprout Man Wellgrass? Do you have a particular retailer that you buy your stuff at?
Well, I can just say that if you are in South Florida and you can say that you see me on the Laws of Life, you can get the best price at EPI Wellness Center. And if their phones blow up, then it's all about me. And the EPSI Wellness Center, I'll put it in the chat and let me look it up for just a minute. But I will say that I do have a brand of coffee that I swear by, and you know why? Because I created it. And it's
Whoa.
and it's a mushroom coffee, Blanca, because coffee is acidic. Alkalinity is key. Alkalinity is disease free. Acidity is disease. So you keep yourself alkaline. If you have an alkaline coffee, six mushroom blend, and I'll put it in the chat. You can go to my website, drjodee.com, hit Vibra, and you go, and that is truly, I'm not a coffee drinker. So I decided if I was going to go ahead and make this mushroom coffee, which will keep you uh, alkaline throughout the day. And guess what? If I like the taste of the coffee, it'll be good enough for a non-coffee drinker.
Wow. Yeah, so I love it. I love it. So what inspired you to create your own coffee brand? Was it a difficult process?
And I will say and it's under the healthy living brand. Well, it's a very detailed process. You just don't throw some paint on the wall and hope it's going to stick. A couple of things that are very important about this, and it's under the healthy living tab. Okay, under the health tab is where you'll find the coffee. And every being on planet Earth is heat roasted because it's quick. So there's nothing quick to health. It has to be slow roasted. It's still roasted. How about if it's just dried in the sun? Doesn't that seem more natural? So we had to watch the process and make sure that the bean stayed whole. You know that, I mean, Blanca, you're so sweet and you're so loving. You never have bad breath. But you know that coffee breath?
Oh God, yes.
You know that coffee breath, and you just have to get a mint. That, you know why that is, Blanca?
Why?
Because this is an el secreto. I know a little Spanish. This is el secreto. Because the bean has been fried and adulterated. It's been fried and it's either been freeze dried or fried, and they bake the holy heck out of it. And I didn't use the HE double hockey sticks because you said no profanity, but they baked the holy heck out of it, really did.
That's amazing. I love that. So, gosh, you're just dropping diamonds left and right. We got the lemon water, we got the wheatgrass, we got the moringa, and we got the coffee. So is the coffee does have caffeine in it as well, so that's also going to keep us going, give us a little caffeine as well.
Do you want me to give you el secreto número dos? I'm having
Sure.
fun. You make me,
¿Por
you
qué
have,
no? Tell me.
yeah, yeah, yes, because this coffee, because it keeps you alkaline, you have none of the spike and none of the crash.
Wow. This is crazy. Where have you been my whole life?
I don't know. I've been in your bathroom one time, but I've been in North
Well,
Florida, and
oh
now
my
I'm not
God.
in
I
North
remember that
Florida.
one night I had this horrible, horrible flu, and you gave me this bottle of magical potion, and it went away in 24 hours. Do you want to share
Yes,
about that?
yes, I formulate things, and I will say that and I just put the number for EPI Wellness Center. You can get the best price on your supplements. Just you have to tell them that you are a client of Dr. Jody, and you are because of association. We're on the laws of life. So there you go. So, and I don't know, did any of you notice that we both did the same thing? We're both galactic because that's where we are. And Stephen, nice to have you there. And I tell you, the thing that I know that is so important with this, and the question back to I think we were talking about the formula when you got sick. And I'm just going to say that Dr. Jim and I, my teacher trainer for half of my 4.5 decades, and now he is my co-founder and partner with Healthopedia. We're going to be starting, calling it Two for Tuesday, but don't worry, it's not conflicting with laws of life. We start at 1 o'clock. It's live streamed, and we're going to be in Pompano at EPI Wellness Center. Why is it Two for Tuesdays? The two, once a month on Tuesday. Why do we say the two? It's you and your health, but it's you and your health, because if you look at your health here, it's not going to work. So you find yourself sick. This is going to be one of our topics. What do you do when you find yourself sick? It's because your immune system is low. I was honored to say that I had a little bit to do during COVID in 2020. And we got this product clinically tested as an herbal remedy, and we're just awaiting final FDA approval now. But it will absolutely I'm just going to not make medical claims. I'm going to phrase this very, very succinctly. You can only get it through a practitioner. It's not out in sale. You have to go ahead and contact me, and I'm going to give you my cell phone. It's 678-522-3757. You can call me, but don't call me late at night unless you're Blanca. You called me and you said, I am ready to die, and I made it happen. And why? Because you mean something to me. That's what I did with my 35,000 client patients in my 4.5 decades. And I knew what was going on. When your immune system is low because you're pushing, pushing, pushing. How many of you can relate? I'll try to make this story as short as possible. This is a panacea for any disease. It is an antiviral, and it boosts your immune system. We've heard so much about boosting your immunity. This does this automatically. We had people during the pandemic that were testing positive. Within 3 hours, they tested negative. And
Wow.
so,
Oof.
but it tastes like an old granddad or a healthy shot of bourbon, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's listen, you chug it, you get it, but I'll tell you, I I probably did have COVID. It was during the COVID period. It may not have been COVID. I think I actually tested negative. Okay. Oh, come back, Stephen. Stephen, are you with us? Do you want to say hi before you jump off? I didn't see you in the Zoom. Big shout out to Miami Cam Squad for also being a wonderful partner of the Laws of Life. Um, So anyway, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I had COVID or not, but my God, that definitely saved my life. All right, so after we take the moringa, the wheatgrass, the coffee, what is the
Yes.
next key ingredient of becoming a wellness rock star?
Wellness rock star, you go into your bathroom. You ever see the gunk that's on your tongue? It will still be there after the lemon water. And this is going to be a question I know that's going to come out there. Said, but Jody, you went all through this routine, and I said not to brush your teeth. There's a reason why. That you wait for a while to brush your teeth, at least 1 hour after lemon water. And Dr. Sherry will concur with me on this. Lemon and then brushing your teeth right away, no matter what. And I'm no dentist, but I do know a little bit about a little bit, and you want to save the enamel on your teeth. So just skip the brushing your teeth right now. It's really a-okay. But I'm going to come back to, that coating that you have in your tongue. Those are digestive enzymes. So do you use a, and it's called a tongue depressor. It looks like a little shoehorn. It has all kinds of names on it. Just go to Amazon and you want to get a tongue scraper. I have one in my carry-on, and I have one in my bathroom. So you scrape your tongue. Take the gunk off. You want it to go back down when you have breakfast? No.
Wow, that's
Well,
good
what,
information.
why? Well, you had this look on your face. I wasn't sure what was going on
No,
there.
I that's one of the hacks that I haven't heard, with all my research and constantly learning about wellness and, so that's just something that's so easy to do but yet so important. Why is it just for cleaning the mouth fundamentally?
Well, it's to get that gunk that so that the digestive acids don't go back in your. It's much more efficient than your teeth, and you're not going to brush your teeth right after your lemon water. Be a good student of what Dr. Jody says, or I'll find you. Okay, and so you take with the tongue scraper, take that off, and then you do something that I love. If it's good enough for my Savior, I know we're not talking about religion, but we know there was this guy that walked the earth, okay? And they bathed him in frankincense, okay? Frankincense and myrrh, okay? And gave him gold. You see all the gold around here? So I like frankincense because it's an immune booster. I'll put a couple of drops of frankincense oil on my tongue and use some coconut oil, just a coconut oil carrier, and I'll just, how you do, like when you see Dr. Sherry, they always say, oh, take this thing, I'm going to swish this around. You do that and then spit it out after you're done. There is one place in southern Florida called Nature's Symphony. They're in Boca Raton. Todd is running the business. Todd is my age. He is 72, and his mother is still making the oils. Only place I've ever found that these oils are one to one. Just Nature's Symphony down by a side street on Meisner Park. Beautiful family, and it's a beautiful business for a small business.
Oh, wow. And I want you to meet Esmeralda. You're going to meet her later in the show, but she also said her opinion was do not use regular fluoride toothpaste, use natural. Do you agree with that?
Yes, 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 and yes. And so we haven't gotten to our toothbrushing yet, now have we? We
No,
switched
we
around,
haven't.
and then what do we do next, Blanca? I've got a question for you. What do we do next that we're going to go out the door? Hint, hint, hint. 6:45.
Exercise.
But what are we going to do in
We're
the
going to take
morning?
that military walk that you're going to teach me tomorrow. By the way, anybody that wants to join us, I'm meeting Dr. Jody at 6:45 a.m. at the Aruba in Pompano Beach. So I'm gonna open it up. I don't know who's ambitious enough to join us on the beach at 6:45 a.m., but you are welcome. So what's the story with this military walk?
Okay. All right. And it is the Aruba Beach Cafe, if I can just make sure it's at Commercial and A1A at Lauderdale by the Sea. So it's a little further south than Pompano. Just I wanted to make that
Okay.
clear. And I know no directions, but I will just say that I have to kind of give a little bit of a backstory. I was a master marathoner and a triathlete. And Dr. Jim mentioned mentioned this to me that he wanted me to do this walk for my next race. This is when I was not 72 and I was still racing. I was probably 49, I think, is when I was doing this. So it was a half marathon, and he said, I only want you to do the walk. Well, I just said, oh, come on, I got to run. I got to run. This isn't working. Well, it worked, Blanca Blanca girl, because what happened, I was first in my age group by a lot. First in the age group by a lot. Then what happened is that I was at the end of my age group, but I was first, but I had no pain because the autonomic nervous system walk. Dr. Jim Marinakis, my partner, my teacher trainer for half of my practice and my career, and by the way, I didn't have to take an ice bath. I had no muscle soreness. And I said, okay, that's it. When I called him, I said, this worked. He goes like, okay, little grasshopper, get with it. Of course it does. And the beautiful thing is with the autonomic nervous system walk, this is the story I like to tell. He was Olympic team physician in Sarajevo in 1984. He was 32 years old. How gifted was he? A most gifted man in medicine that I've ever met. I had 35,000 client patients in 4 decades. He had 35,000 patients his first 10 years in practice, all by referral basis. Okay? Takes the bobsled team. They are bunged up. He has to get them to not be bunged up to compete. He had 6 weeks to do it. It was the autonomic nervous system walk. And we in the United States won a silver medal. Hadn't been done in 40 years.
Wow.
And it was, and when, no matter if you go ahead, you love to weight train, you love to do Tai Chi. Now, I personally feel that the autonomic nervous system walk, Tai Chi, and yoga are the best fit. But if you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you want to go ahead and swim, if you want to train for a triathlon, that's fine. But make this walk your foundation. That's what Blanca and I are going to do in the morning. And I want to just honor you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for setting your alarm, which I did myself for you. But why are we doing this at 6:45? What did I say to you? What is the main premise of doing it at that time? Or should I continue on?
Keep going. I would think the main premise is to wake the hell up, get out of that slug feeling.
Oh, well, and notice it says 6:10. I've got my alarm set for you. Okay. But when you, because of the yin and yang and circadian rhythms, when you start something like this with an exercise and sundown is going away, so then we're coming up and we're going yin with yin and we're coming up with yin with yang. It'll be fine if you did it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're not going to get as much benefit. So you're crossing over your own circadian rhythms. You will feel a difference in your appetite, your awareness, your energy level. If you have a stressful day, you'll be less agitated and whatever. So it is the basis. And I will say that we just came back from Aruba. It was Healthopedia 3, our retreat. And we had 30 participants with all kinds of fitness levels and what have you. And why this is so important. And I want to continue and do the rest of the four. And hey, Mark, it's so wonderful to see you. Love you, love you. So the idea is this, is that when you do this as your base, and by the way, Dr. Jim and then the Department of Defense got wind of this. So he has a licensing agreement with this. And this particular walk is the basis for basic training for all deployed men and women to start their day and also when they go to boot camp. But you can go and download the app and everything else and contact me. I will tell you how to do it. But I would love to see more of you. But we walk to the beat and there's a certain circadian rhythm. What happens with the circadian rhythm inside you is that it completely reprograms your system. I saw 28 people at our Aruba retreat. I've never seen so much healing just in my life. And I've been doing this walk for 25 years. I looked and I said to Dr. Jim, wow. He said, you should be surprised. Of course it's here. It's going to be here. So what you're going to do is you're going to do this walk. And then after you finish up, the 10 rituals to rock your day, then you're going to see Mark Siegel in the gym. That's how I was going to give you a wonderful lead in, Mark. That is
I can't wait. You know what? We're going to go. You said during this walk, we will not be speaking, correct? It's a
that's
very
correct.
focused walk. And how
Mhm.
long will the walk last?
Depends on your fitness level, and I will determine that. And I have different levels. And if you think that you on any with this walk as well, and this is my one thing that I do in my coaching now, and I give it as a foundation. By the way, you know that the nickname they gave me in Aruba was the Princess of Parasite, the Queen of Cleanse, because I became a princess of Nigeria. But this, when you feel yourself, if you're feeling just tired after that, then you've done too much. You will be energized, and that's key. Yes. So,
So what
oh yeah,
about this standard um that you have to do 10,000 steps a day? Are we going to be more successful the more steps we do? Is that true or is that a myth?
maybe or maybe not. Listen, Olivia Newton-John sang a song about that. I'm just going to come back to this listen to your body talk, body talk. Listen to your body talk, body talk. Whatever you're feeling, listen to your
Okay.
body. If you
What if
feel
your body says I want an almond joy chocolate bar? Do we listen?
your body is that is not your body is not telling you that, and it's not telling you that, you silly girl. But when your body is alkaline, it will be less likely to want that almond joy bar.
Oh, that's good. Mark liked that.
You
Oh
like
my
that
God.
one.
Well, I've
And
been
then after we
now.
do the walk, then what we're
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna turn you loose. I'm going to turn you loose, and then you go back. And this is as important as anything, as I say, what our key was when we were in Aruba: awareness, alignment, abundance. So now you're going
Ooh.
to be in line with your body. You're aware of these things you're going to do. And by the way, do you know how much time this takes, ladies and gentlemen? Do a 30-minute walk. The rest of this takes 45 to an hour. That's as much as lunch. Isn't that important? And and so you go in the shower, have it hot. Now, men have rule the world because they do their hair, or if they're hairless, at least on the top of their head, like Mark Siegel, then you're even better. But you go ahead and start with your head if you're going to wash your, but at least the nape of your neck, ladies, and let the heat penetrate your spine. Can I just tell one real great success story? Client of
Sure.
mine, client of mine that I met in Dubai in October. Remember when we ran into each other before I was going to Dubai in West
Yes.
Palm? Yes, I said we've got to get together soon. Soon I'll be down here. Now I am. So so I met this young lady, 45 surgeries on her spine and
Ooh.
her innards for various ways. Now, she's 10 years younger. Most people are younger than me. It's fine. I embrace my 72-ness. Okay. And so it's good. So guess what? She had she had all these screws and plates in her body from her neck to her thoracic to her SI joint. I started her out on her walk. I talked to her today. This was her third day. She's in Sacramento, California. She said, I soaked in Epsom salt at night, like I said, because I was sore. This is new for me. And she said, I can't believe how much better I feel than I felt for the last 25 years. Blanca, that's why I unretired. The only thing I don't do well is retire. So I see that we've got 5 minutes. I want to finish this up about the walk. This is the walk, the shower. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, 3 times at least. Let it sink in. It doesn't have to be ice cold, but just get this because you're recalibrating the yin and yang inside of your body, calibrating your spine. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. And then the most important thing, because I believe in the 5 aspects of life, you meditate. And if you've never meditated before, this is how you do it. You sit in a sphinx position, you lay down, you just breathe. Breathe in 3 breaths and out 4 breaths. Breathe in 3 breaths. Do that 3 times. And then guess what you do? You just breathe. And if you fall asleep with a nap, I guess you needed it. If you don't, it's okay. But if you do that for an extra 15 minutes and you think, oh, I've got to get to work, then set your alarm. It's okay. Then stretch and greet the world because you now are a wellness rock star. You are.
Wow. Wow. And I must say, you look absolutely stunning. So it's obviously working for you because you look like you're 25 years old, Dr.
Oh,
Jody
keep it.
Baer.
Oh, keep it up. No, no facelift, no Botox, no work. Dr. Sherry and I've talked about this. No caps on the teeth. I'm just me, Jody.
Well, you are a natural beauty, and we are so inside and out. We're so thankful for your wisdom of helping us become wellness rock stars. And this is just the beginning. But let's open it up to the audience. Does anyone have a question for our wellness rock star guru, foundational health expert, Dr. Jody Baer? Any questions from the audience? Raise your digital hand and let's get this conversation opened up. And remember the law of the question. Every time you ask a question, you're reminding everyone else in the community who you are and what you do. So ask away, ask away, ask away.
Lay it on me, Mark. I love it. I want to hear.
Okay, Marky Mark. Oh, we got two questions. Oh, we got three questions. All right, we'll start off with our diamond sponsor, Mark Siegel. What's your question, Mr. Siegel?
Well, first, before the question, I have to say hello, and it's great to see you, Jody. And
Yes.
second, yes, I'm never breaking the 7 year streak. And thirdly, to I love when I get a chance to edify anyone. I just want to say that thank you for telling me about the ringworm rosewood pills, I think it was, and the
Wormwood. Yes.
capsules. Yep.
Yes.
And that was fantastic. So listen to what everyone has to say here and listen to what Dr. Joe D has to say here. The question, as far as the hot cold, I actually have seen data as far as you shouldn't be doing that, but I'm also guessing that's to extremes, i.e.,
Yes.
cold plunges, i.e., saunas, showers a lot different, more just for the stim, I'm assuming, and not long
Yeah.
periods.
And the thing is this. Now I'm Norwegian. I would be in a sauna and I'd jump into the snow when I was up in Minnesota as a college kid, but I was in my 20s. And I think
Right.
everything has to be calibrated. And Mark, you know that being a health absolute expert and guru yourself. All right. And doing this to extreme, and nothing to extreme is good. I've done the cold bath. I've gone from a sauna to a hot bath. But guess what? My heart is strong. I
Right.
know where my numbers are. But anyone can do any of this. That's what I love about it. I call it C, simple, effective, and easy. And it's very easy to get in the shower. You don't want to stink, especially being in Florida. And you get it
Yeah.
in the shower and you go hot. It doesn't have to be steamy, and then gradually go down to cold. It is the best anti-inflammatory and the best vasodilator and constrictor that you can possibly imagine.
Boom. And as QPT CBD, we love anti inflammatory everything. So there's my 10-second instead of 3 minute commercial plug. QPTCBD.com, diamond sponsor, 7 years. By the way, oh, and I have to say, until May 1st, which is, I'm not sure what day that is, Thursday, Feeding America and myself, $2, I'm sorry, 2 meals for every dollar spent until May 1st. So basically, you buy $100 worth of product, you're feeding 200 people. Period. End of story. So
Yeah, and
check is
everyone,
sending.
please. And in
Isn't that
case for
great?
those, we have a lot of new viewers. Mark Siegel, the founder of QPT CBD. You can go to qptcbd.com. Mark has been a sponsor for 7 years. He has never missed a Tuesday show. This is year 7. That means every single week, 52 weeks a year for the last 7 years. That is true friendship. And I'm so grateful for you, Mark. And
Aw,
Mark is also in the Blanca's Law reality show, and he looks absolutely incredible in the pilot of that show. If
I
anyone wants
bet.
to see it, drop me a message and I'll shoot it over to you. But Mark, thank you for all the support. And your CBDs helped me through a lot of dark times. I
Yeah.
remember I was going through some really rough patches, And those gummies did help me equalize my mood. They helped calm me. So that's what the Laws of Life's all about. It's about having all of our coaches, Dr. Jody, Mark is an expert in fitness and CBD. So I'm loving this conversation. Let's go to a new friend that I met last week at the Luxury of Chamber of Commerce. Let's bring her to the stage. Her name is Diana, and then we'll go to Dr. Sherry after that. Diana, what is your question, my dear lady?
And Blanca,
Hi.
if I could just say before Diana, you say your question, this is very important. When I said about foundationally the rosewood wormwood capsules, it's important to do it in the right cycle. This isn't something that you just walk into GNC and just, oh, I'm doing a paracycle. It's very precise. That's what homeopathy is. Reach out to me. It's a very easy, effective, but it needs to be precise. And I also wanted to say that I didn't do this earlier on in the chat. If you're interested in the Two for Tuesday with Dr. Jim and I, which together we have 110 years of experience, 110 years, and neither of us look 110 years old. Okay, I can tell you that you can go to hap.eventbrite.com, and it will be recorded as well, and you can have an evergreen on that. So, Diana, I'm looking forward to your question.
Hi, Jody. Thank you. Great stuff. Great information. Thank you so much. So I had the
Welcome.
one question, but then actually Mark inspired another question because I just recently tried a cold plunge. But so the cold plunge, based on what Mark just said, so is that dangerous unless you kind of know where your heart's at, type of thing? I'm talking
Well,
about the cold plunge where you go in, 59 and under, trying to work
well,
your way up to like 49 or whatever.
49 or whatever, or 35. And like they did, when I was a kid, I fell through the Minnesota lake ice fishing. I'll never forget it. So, and I came out, and my heart was racing. But this is, I'm going to use the Shakespeare phrase. You already listen to me, listen to your body talk. Okay. Look and see what to thine own self be true. Always know your own health. You're the only person that will never leave you. So I don't make recommendations like you should do this, or you're not my client. If you are Diana, we would go through a certain protocol foundationally to get you to a place. You asked me the question, I could say yes. So you will know. You will know. And I always, because I come from the fire hose method of nutritional coaching. I just do. It's my nature. I'm a type A minus, I like to say, at now that I've got a few years in maturity there. But always err on the caution side. You will know. But it's good. The hot cold is much more even effective, believe it or not, than the plunge. Just do it longer, and your shower is free. Woo, whippy! Just save you some money.
Great question, though. I
Great.
love it. All right, let's go over to Dr.
Wait,
Sherry.
just real quick. The original question was the wheatgrass. So when you get the wheatgrass, what form is it in? Like, do you crush
Capsule.
it yourself? Oh, capsules. Okay, got it.
Vegan capsules,
Got it.
Sprout Man. And I put in the chat the EPI Wellness Center. Just say that you're a client of Dr. Jody's, and they'll love you and give you a discount.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good plug. Thank you, Dr. Baer. And thank you, Diana, for your question and for being on the Laws of Life talk show for the first time and rolling the dice. Let's go next to Dr. Sherry, and then we'll go over to Giovanni. What's your question, Dr. Sherry?
Hi,
So good to have you with us.
Dr. Baer. So nice to see you. You look
Yes,
amazing. Hi,
thank
Blanca.
you.
Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Hey, Mark. Yeah, my question is, what are your thoughts are on for weight loss peptides that are kind of popular, and these new medications out for weight loss as well, like Ozempic and what is it, trizipatide, and these kind of medications.
Well, you've already seen me going, my lips are twitching. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
because foundationally, there's no other shortcut. How did my client patients lose 1.1 million pounds of toxic fat loss with a 5% recidivism rate? It was foundational. it was parasite cleansing. Then we knew when to do the colon cleanse. Then you go to a gallbladder cleanse. Gallbladder cleansing in spring is key. All right. Peptides are great, but to me, something that's popular, I go back to I eat eggs. Guess what? I get my eggs from a farmer. Do you know what he does? My farm raised eggs have papaya seeds that they eat. They have B17. That is like the natural version of anything that you just said. Now, do I do collagen peptides in the morning with blueberries, a little bit of extra wheatgrass, and I've got my little formula. I look like a chemist in my kitchen. I think peptides are great. I think that they are longevity, uh, proven. But I am very cautious about anything other, even when the naturopathic doctors come on or whatever, and they're in their scrubs or whatever, and they're on TV and they say the GLP-1 inhibitors. I'm going, okay, so they're inhibiting this. I have a wait and see approach, because if it's got a list of contraindications, I'm going to go back to nature, back to the good book that says everything, if for you, is in basically the ground. So that's my take on that, Sherry. I hope that was your question answered.
Great. I think Mark and I did the parasite cleanse with you back in a coaching course you had. I'm not
Yes.
familiar with the gallbladder cleanse and the colon cleanse you were talking about. Is
And
that
there are
also another
five.
program you offer?
Yes, because there are five. There are 5 seasons. Did you know there are 5 seasons, Blanca?
I
Because
thought
there's
there were only four, but tell
because
me.
that there's Indian summer. There are 5 aspects of life in traditional Chinese medicine. There are five cleanses, okay? 5 seasons. So there's a cleanse for every season. I guess I'm feeling like I need to sing to your audience. For everything, turn. There is a season. And yes, that is correct. And Sherry, I'd love to share this with you offline. Now that I've moved down to South Florida, I think we need to catch up.
Yes, I'd love
All
to
right,
see you. Let's plan something, all of us.
let's
Yes.
do it. All right, we still have two more questions. We're going to go next to Giovanni and then to Esmeralda. Giovanni, thanks for being with us. What's your question for Dr.
N-
Bear?
No problem. And hi, doctor. My name is Giovanni Wesley. And this is actually my first time on this on Tuesdays, but I found it very from I'm only 25, so I found it very useful and very informational. So at the end of the day, this is something I just told myself that I want to start coming to every Tuesday, just to get information and network and
Right.
just meet new people and see. It's good to see other people on the same good mindset and path in life, regarding health or business, whatever it is. So I just had a question coming from this kind of standpoint from the younger generation, and I'm a big believer in turning pain into power. And I believe that everything great in life, not necessarily came with a tragedy, but it was a major event that took place that kind of made the person make a change and, start something great. So I just want to know, from your standpoint in life, what did you go through to make you say, you know what, I want to change the world and do health and nutrition, and kind of just what made you start everything?
Well, I will say that I was paralyzed from the shoulders on down when I was
Wow.
24 years old. Ever have anything hit you out of the blue? I was a classically trained vocal musician, and I've never made it to the concert. And when you have screws in your head, that's where my mental mindset comes from, no matter what. And I can say, Giovanni, I was 24 years old. I was about your age. And
Wow.
and and you're sitting, with your head down, and I won't belabor this, but it was that mental mindset. I said, after my mother said to me, the doctors don't only see, Jody, what they see. They don't know who you are. And
Hmm.
that was pivotal. I mean, we're coming up on Mother's Day. Thank heaven for those mamas. But you're half sperm, half egg. So be good to your dads when it comes in June, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have half sperm, okay? But back to your
Understood.
question, Giovanni, is that I made a mental Now, I will tell you, I had my mother smuggle acupuncture needles into the hospital. I did.
Oh, wow.
I, I was a rebel, but it worked because
Uh-huh.
that activation of those nerve centers, just like with the coming back to the hot coals, it activates the nerve center that will go from organ, nerve, and it worked out. And I said, I'm walking out of this hotel room. I never called it a hospital ever, 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 ever.
Wow.
I said, I'm walking out of this hotel. Guess
Hmm.
what, Giovanni? 6 months later, at 3 days, I walked out of that hotel, not a hospital.
That's a
Mindset,
blessing.
Wow.
I was divinely spared. Then you go into the mental mindset. But I'm going to give you my mantra. Then that was the game changer. And I said, I got to share this. And then when my mother, who when I then had two babies, one on each hip, and they gave her 6 months to live.
Wow.
Actually, 6 weeks. I misspoke. 6 weeks to live, Giovanni. And through natural means, I found many of the protocols that I'm now teaching. I was hooked. Health became my passion. And she said to me, give Jody others hope the way you've given it to me as she transitioned, and it changed my life. And at that
Wow.
point, I said, what? And I tell young millennials, I tell my two grandsons that are in their, my two oldest grandsons that are in their 20s, I said, what you do in your 20s will come back to bite you in the butt in your 50s and 60s and 70s. So do, Grandma Jody.
Hmm.
Wow. I love
Wow.
that.
Appreciate that. And appreciate the wise words, and definitely appreciate you sharing your story.
Wow, that is, I didn't even know that after knowing you all these years. I had,
Really?
yeah, I
Really?
did. I never knew that you went through such a trauma to be paralyzed and then to share, how you overcame these adversities, these physical and mental adversities, and how that's part of your story. That's what I love about this show, because a question from someone in our community like Giovanni can bring out all the puzzle pieces. Let's go to our before we get into entrepreneurial introductions. We have one more question from Esmeralda, who is a very big wellness consultant in our community. Esmeralda, what's your comment or question for Dr. Bear?
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to first say thank you, Blanca, for always, just giving us this platform to be able to share and to connect with so many. I'm sorry, I'm driving. I have to head home. My mom's not feeling well. You guys know she's 95. Anyways, but real quick before I get home, Dr. Bear, I can't thank you enough for being on the show today. Your testimony has truly touched my heart because I had not a similar experience becoming paralyzed, but at 48, I almost died. I'm 60 now, and God told me that He was going to save my life, and I was supposed to go with this protocol that He's given me to change the health of the world. And He's connected me to so many amazing doctors and scientists, and that's one thing that we have to definitely have that conversation later.
Yes, let's
One
do that.
Yes, definitely. Just so you know, we have new technology. It regrows mitochondria naturally. And we
Mhm.
even have two reports of cerebral palsy reversed and a bunch of other amazing, amazing things. But right now, with what's going on worldwide, from all the toxicity, from all those, let's say, strange shots, I guess my question is, I know that we can detox that with the mitochondrial technology, but what is your input as far as, to help people? Because not only is that poisonous and it's coming to light, or is to light now, but still being offered, and also it sheds. Like, I didn't take
Yes.
any of them, but they're shedding off to us. So I guess, and the toxicity from all the chemicals that unfortunately this administration has unbanded right now. And I think it's all greed kind of geared. So what are your suggestions, or what input can you put? Because there are a lot of people that can't even afford, let's say, $100 or $50 a month, and even less if they have a family and they want to detox people. So yeah,
Well,
your
and
insights and stuff like that.
there has to be no matter what your budget, there has to be to put you first. because we've been talking about things that are free and that kind of thing. And Blanca, I wanted to thank you, dear, also for because you said for me to pop, you didn't know I was going to pop in that story, but I'm going to make this really quick about our product. VGuard is what it's called, because we did the first round of clinical testing back in 2021, and we had people that had the vaccine and those that didn't. And what happened for those that had the vaccine, did a blood draw in clinical testing. That's what you do. Then you go ahead and then they took it that night, and then we did the blood draw. Their blood looked the same. This is not a promotion, it's not a pitch. This is scientifically based, and it is now published in PubMed that that second blood draw of the people that were vaccinated looked the same as my virgin blood. And so that's what I can say about that. And I also wanted to say in the chat, I put the 2 for Tuesday where you can register hap.eventbrite.com if you want to be a part of our tribe. And we've done this thing in Aruba, we've done this thing in Crete, we've done this thing in Boca, we started here. But Blanca, where we're going to go next year? We're going to take the keys of health and we're going to take the keys to Kauai, Hawaii. February
Let's
21st,
go.
on my 73rd birthday. We just ended up being on so we just take 30 people. It's Healthopedia retreat.com. It's healthopedia retreat.com. When we do a longer interview, or even taking the classes that I'm starting up again now that I'm back from Aruba. So you'll get those 6 classes in the platform. You'll hear where the name Healthopedia came from, but the volcanic ash that is so healing. There is more volcanic ash in Kauai next to the volcanoes and any place in the world. That's why we're going back. We got
That's
it?
amazing. And that you're going for your birthday. That is absolutely extraordinary. Well, everyone definitely needs to connect with you, Dr. Jody Baer. You are a light and you make wellness accessible. Thank you for helping us all become wellness rock stars tonight by dropping so many wellness diamonds. It is absolutely amazing. We're going to keep the conversation going. We're going to ask you, of course, the number one most important question of every interview. What is your number one law of life, Dr. Baer, before we go to entrepreneurial introductions?
And I will say this: health isn't something you do, it's what you become along life's journey. So listen to the whispers of your own wisdom. For in those wisdom and those whispers is hope, which stands to heal from inside, go up in optimism, come in and to be empowered by positivity so you can empower the world. Thank you.
Oof, I love that so much. And it is true. The more well we are, the more positive we will be. And we all have our protocols, but it sounds like the answer is forming these habits, forming these protocols, repetition, and also doing things together. And if anybody does want to come out to Aruba tomorrow at 6:45 a.m. for a military walk with me and Dr. Baer, you are invited.
I've already
And
started. Can you tell? I've already started. See, I'm moving. I'm
let's
moving at the.
go. Let's start the military walk on the
Did
moon. We're
anybody
on the moon
notice?
tonight. Let's go.
And
Let's
did you
go.
notice that we are all galactic? We decided we're going to have the same background because from the time that I met you, Blanca, everybody knows you as the rock star you are. From the time I met you, I said, this woman is going to be in my life. And I was across the way, all right, from where you were sitting for this entire conference. I said, this woman's going to be in my life in a big way. I knew it from my inner soul. And when you
Mm.
hugged me that day in that red pantsuit, and I was in that red dress, it was like if there was a lifelong bound was touched, because that's how you touch so many. You are galactic. You beam, my lady.
Thank you so much. That I'm so glad that that the world connected us and that we're friends. And Mark was there with me at that event as well.
Yes. He was passing out his
And
gummies and making us all
a
suck
wonderful
coconuts.
conference full of so many incredible memories. And we got to meet you. We got to meet so many entrepreneurs. We got to have so much fun. And that's why, the other law of life is go into as many rooms as you can, open as many doors as possible. And I'm going to tell you this, every dollar that I have spent on getting into a room, it has turned into abundance. So I'm just going to tell you, even if a room is $5,000, beg, borrow, and steal, sell your car, go into those rooms, because the bigger the room, the bigger the form of abundance. And look, if you don't have the money, it's okay. There's so many free events too, but just put yourself out there. Come into the Laws of Life talk show every Tuesday night at 7 on Zoom. We will be in studio on May 12th. I understand that Mark Siegel will be in the studio the night of May 12th with Aaron Clemens. And we will be back in studio May 12th. And all right, so let's open it up for some entrepreneurial introductions. Those who are on video will get to introduce themselves first. And let's see who's on video. Who's on video? We've got a lot of people not on video tonight. And I'm just going to say it doesn't matter if your hair is good or if it's not made. Nobody really cares. It's all about making that eyeball to eyeball connection. So if you're going to have to raise your digital hand, does anyone out there want to introduce themselves to the audience? Share your business, share your law of life. This is also an exercise in practicing your public speaking skills. How are you going to introduce yourself to get someone's attention, to get them to want to learn more? And how are you going to do that in a minute or two? So raise your digital hand if you'd like to introduce yourself. Okay, Giovanni, tell us about you, and then we'll go to Wiley next. All right, Giovanni, the stage is yours. What do you do, and what is your law of life?
Hi guys, my name is Giovanni Wesley again. Sorry I don't have my camera up. I'm cooking right now. I'm in the kitchen. But what I do, if anybody is a business owner, has a business, I am in uh, the working capital industry. So if a business is looking for any funding, business lines of credit, even if you have real estate, you need any capital out, any property or anything, that's what I specialize in. So any business owners who need any type of financial anything for the business, that's what I specialize in. And like I said earlier, I'll stick with my law of life. My law of life is if you shoot for the moon and miss, you still land amongst the stars, meaning, anything you do, whether if you're a millionaire, a janitor, anything, I feel like you should, any industry you're in, you should always shoot to be the best of it, and don't stop till you meet the person who started the business. And that's just basically what that means to me.
Now,
Wow,
Giovanni,
I love
I'm a health coach. You turn that video on because you
that.
love what I said. Okay, Dr. Jody Bear is going to be Mama Bear right now. I want to see what grub you're cooking. I want to see what you got there in the pot.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me put my gloves on to open up the pot so I don't get burned and show you. Let me
This
see.
is fun. Let me see.
Oh my goodness, this is so cool. We're going to see Giovanni. And then we're going to go next over to Wiley, and it looks like Esmeralda. Oh, there he is,
Oh, hi
Giovanni.
guys. Sorry,
Oh,
I don't have a shirt on, guys. Sorry, I'm cooking.
No, that's okay. We don't want to get in trouble, but we are so, look at you. He's so
show us
young.
the
He's only
pot. What's in there in the
25.
pot? What's in the pot? What's in the pot?
I, I'm trying to figure out how to flip the camera, guys. So sorry.
Turn the
Oh,
phone.
that's all
Just turn
right.
the phone
Let
around. Turn the phone
Oh,
around.
okay, because I'm on my iPad.
Okay, never mind. It was a ooh.
Oh, looks pretty healthy. He's got some good protein there, some good chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some honey jerk chicken cooking with some rice and some salad.
Oh, we're coming over to Giovanni's house right now. Let's go. All
And
right,
Yes,
that's
yes.
everybody give
food.
Giovanni a big round of applause. Go ahead.
That is food combined to correct, by the way. I've just felt it energetically. That's why I did that, Blanca.
Thank
I
you, thank you.
love that. Well, it looks like you have some new friends in the house, Giovanni. Keep bringing, this show's open to people of all ages. We've had people from the age of 1 to 100. We're so happy you're here, Giovanni. We're so happy that you're going to make it a protocol to come into our space of connection every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. And how'd you like your first Laws of Life talk show? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I really loved it. And next week, I'm definitely going to tell some of my friends to join because I feel like, especially how this world is getting and with my era and age, I feel like it's very important to keep people who's like-minded around you because you eventually are what you become what you're around. So I'm definitely gonna, it should be more of us next week. Next week.
I love that. And I'm so thankful. All right, let's go over next to Wiley. Wiley, tell everyone about you and what's in your heart.
Oh yes, greetings, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So what's in my heart? The nature of the universe, stuff that we do. That's something I do. I do sounds and films, and I assist other producers and film producers. I do acting work, and I live travel life. Whatever new days, table open, y'all. So many yeah, so much space for more creativity in the universe and etc. Shout out to meeting up with us today. One.
I love that, Wiley. And thank you for all your support on socials. Wiley is always commenting, sharing. I would just want you to know I really appreciate it. And what's your number one law of life tonight, Wiley?
Collage. Oh, the law. Yeah. Unisons. One. Unison.
I love that. I love that. No, there's a
Yeah,
lot of truth
amongst
to that.
us.
Well, exactly. In unity, we are one, and that makes a lot of sense. I like that. Unisense. You might have to trademark that word. I wonder if it's a word because it's actually got a lot of beauty to it. And I love that law of life, Wiley. Thank you so much for being with us. All right, let's go over
I
next
think
to as
Toast.
hold on. I think I know hold on. I think I know a lawyer that might be able to trademark that for him. Do you know that?
There you go. There you
Let
go.
that go by, Blanca. I just had to say.
However we
That's
do
right.
stuff,
Well, we do offer intellectual
we have
property services.
relationships. We have
Mhm.
relationships and partnership. However we
Absolutely.
co-position with each other.
That's right. That's right. So anybody ever needs a trademark or a patent? I trademarked the laws of 7 years ago. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people currently infringing on my trademark. And I have over 20 lawsuits for trademark infringement. And there's statutory damages for violation of trademark. People have been using it on billboards in Florida. They've been using it inside their phone number. They've been using it as their website. So, trademark protection is really important to protecting the brand. So, if anyone does need help with that, please come on over and see me. All right, let's go over next to Esmeralda. Esmeralda, tell everyone about you and your law of life.
My law of life is always God first. And basically, my name is Esmeralda Rabidan. I'm on Facebook, Esmeralda EM. I'm also on Instagram, Esmeralda_EM_1. My calling is to change the health of the world. God saved my life. I'm paying it forward. We regrow people's mitochondria with new technology, and we don't even, basically, the condition doesn't even matter. Once you regrow the mitochondria, the body is designed to self-heal, and that's what we're seeing happen in basically any condition. So truly, it's just his creation is amazing, the healing power it has, and people just need to be made aware of and reminded. So that is the calling and that is the purpose. And it's reverse aging at a cellular level. We can
I
all use
love
that. Yes.
Ooh, that's you know what? You can also trademark that tagline. That's a great tagline.
Oh.
Believe it or not, everything that you do, a lot of these wonderful taglines, names, phrases, it's an investment, but it can really make a brand, the right tagline. So I love that. I love that tagline. And I love everything you do, Esmeralda, to also teach us about wellness and to also keep us motivated and positive.
Amen.
Is there anyone else in the audience tonight that would like to introduce themselves, share your business, share your law of life, or If you're too shy and you don't want to come on camera and you just want to drop it in the comments, I'm happy to read your comment out loud. Share your law of life. I'm going to say this space on the laws of life has definitely changed my life. I've been doing this show for 7 years. So, Lewis, you want to say hello? Lewis, I see some audio there. Did you want to say hello and share
Hi.
about yourself?
Yes, hello, everyone. My name is Louis Fountain. I am joining you from Washington, D.C. I am Esmeralda's business partner. I'm the Vice President CEO of Wellness with Esmeralda Incorporated. And of course, from what all that Esmeralda has told everyone and has been participating with the laws of life uh, movement show, I would call it. She invites me all the time to join you folks. And again, as she stated, we have a pretty big mission on our hands. I am her administrative arm. I'm busy right now trying to put some finishing touches on the Wellness with Esmeralda Incorporated website, which is very extensive. You guys will get to see it very soon. Hopefully, I'll get this thing published tonight or tomorrow. But it's been a journey. We enjoy this journey with wellness and helping people actually be more health conscious, to be aware of the things that are going on. I was just yesterday at the United States Supreme Court with a rally for to get these corporations that are spraying our food, our crops, polluting our waters with chemicals, and they are not willing to stand up and be responsible for the harm that they're causing. With bug spray, with Roundup, with all types of chemicals that we are ingesting and becoming ill from, and in many cases dying from. And so, unfortunately, yesterday when we went into the hearing at the U.S. Capitol building, the committee that was hearing these cases, actually, at the time we entered into the meeting room, they broke for lunch. Wouldn't it be our luck? They broke for lunch, and so I didn't stay. They were going to come back in an hour and a half, and so I had to go. But these are some of the things that we're doing. We're active in the community. We want to help everyone that we can understand what conscious health protocols are about, what ways that we can help, as Esmeralda so eloquently explains all the time, how we can address wellness or address illness from the cellular level, and to find ways that we can restore you to good health. And of course, joining with an organization like the Laws of Life, with all of the different people, the different organizations, the different talents that are brought, that come together rather with this group. We're really excited about being a part of it. Thank you so much for what you do. And I will certainly see you again very soon.
Well, thank you,
Blanca,
Lewis, for coming in.
And Blanca, you know what Lewis said, because the body is a miracle making machine. It can and will heal itself. You know why? Because we each are the miracle.
God, I love that. The laws of life that have come out of this show tonight are just beyond unisons. They are just like Wiley said, it's just like the synergy and the positive energy and the collective wisdom of this group just surprises me every single week for the last 7 years. So I'm really thankful to everybody for coming into the talk show tonight, for sharing your law of life, for sharing your business. Thank you, Dr. Jody Baer, for being a part of our show. Really, really appreciate you. And it's just been an amazing show. So that is a wrap. I want to remind everyone of a few important announcements. Please, please, please subscribe to the Laws of Life podcast YouTube channel. We just hit about 1,900 subscribers. I'd love to get that to 2,000. If you could please subscribe to the Laws of Life podcast YouTube. If you could please be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And remember, like each other's videos, share each other's videos, have fun with it, utilize your sense of humor in your videos, and have a good, share your message with the world. Also, we will be in the studio on May 12th. We will be in the studio on May 12th. Next week, we'll be on Zoom again, but then on May 12th, we will be in the studio only 3 blocks from the Hard Rock. If anyone out there wants to be a guest on the Laws of Life talk show, you can be. Just apply on my Instagram page. There are fees that apply if you want to be on the talk show versus the podcast. But you can click on my Instagram or read the bio link, check it out, and apply to be on the show. If you're a musician or an artist and you want to apply for management with me and Charleston White, famous YouTube influencer, let me know. If you need legal advice, call me. Whatever I can do to support you, I'm here to help. And Dr. Jody Baer, thank you again for being amazing. I will see you at 6:45 a.m. tomorrow at the Aruba Cafe for our military beach walk. And I will be
Listen
sure
to your body. We're on our way.
I love you. You're gorgeous.
I love you.
And yes. You love me too? I love you so much. Wiley, love you. Diana, thank you for coming. Everybody, Giovanni, great job tonight. Kirill, our director of communication, 7 years with the Laws of Life. Thank you for all you do. It takes a team. It takes a team to get all the work done. So Kirill has been a huge part of the Laws of Life growth process. I want everybody stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and go out there and be a wellness rock star now that we got some basic protocols. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Take care.
All right. Good night.